everyone. Hello, hello, hello. If you don't know this voice by now, then why are you watching this video on YouTube or listening to listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, or Podbean.com or their official app. What is up, guys? This is James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, back here to do a new video / podcast. And boy, is this one gonna be a special video / podcast, because this video is the official Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2025 full lineups video / podcast, where we are going to talk about everything that's going to be there. You know that I've done some update videos for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, and I've done some speculation maps, but we now know everything that's going to be there this year. And at the very end, we're going to talk about what days we are going to Halloween Horror Nights. We have 2 in mind, maybe a third day, but there's also some other events that we're going to be going to, but I'm not going to talk about those in this video. It's this video / podcast. We are talking about the Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood in this video and what days we are going to the event. Now, I said we. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she is back to do this video / podcast with me. You know her, you love her. My lovely co-host, my mom, Marsha. So, Mom, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So, Mom, are you ready to talk about Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood full lineup of everything that's going to be there?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the lineup. It's going to be good this year.
Okay. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the Halloween Horror Nights full
lineup
video / podcast. Thank you. I went blank for a moment. All right. So, how we're going to do this, we're going to talk about all the mazes and the scare zones. We're not going to get into details about it. We're just going to talk about the maze, where the maze location is, and then our pre-thoughts of going into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first maze that was announced for both Hollywood and Orlando, this is a shared property for Hollywood and Orlando, is Fallout. That's going to be located in the
UBE building,
which was formerly known as the Walking Dead attraction, which I'm sad went away. So for the last couple of years, this has been a maze location, and this is going to be based off the TV show, not the video games. So just a little detail. You're going to go into the wasteland. You're gonna go into the vault where the show started. You're gonna see the T armor, which you're seeing in the concept art. You're gonna follow the main story of the Lucy, that's the main character from the TV show, and you're also gonna see the Ghoul Bounty Hunter. So those are just some of the details.
What you're going to see in the maze.
In the maze. So, Mom, your pre-thoughts of this maze before we go through it.
I watched you play the Fallout games. They were good. But a maze, I'm not too sure about this one. Mm-hmm. To be honest.
How are you going to make this scary?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. How are they going to make it scary?
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching you play the games, it wasn't that scary. So they better do a good job on this one or people will not like it.
Mm-hmm. So people are saying this is going to be kind of like the comedy house of this year, like how Ghostbusters was the comedy house. So people are saying this is kind of the comedy house with some horror.
I'm shaking my head on that one because I don't think it's going to be horror.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. When they announced this one, I wasn't too keen on this one.
Exactly.
And I'm still not too keen on this one.
Exactly.
But James and me will go through it because we always give our opinions on the houses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I have to say about this. It better be really, really good.
All right, so the next one that we are going to talk about, this was the next maze that was announced, was, well, I'm not sure if this was the next maze that was announced, but we're basically going in order from the maze that's the first maze that you can go to at the very top to the very last one that's at the lower line. So that's how we're doing these. I'm not sure if this was the next maze that was announced or it was announced it was a later announcement, but
I think it was a later announcement.
But Monstros 3, The Ghost of Latin America, this is going to be located in the Persian courtyard, or the Parisian courtyard, as my friend Amber would say. Amber, if you're watching this video, shout out to you. And this is gonna be the first time where it's gonna be 3 female legends. One of them is La Llorona, and the other 2, I'm not really sure what they are. But we have seen La Llorona in the past. She had a maze there in 2011 and 2012, and she first debuted as a scare zone in the old Western Street that's no longer there.
I remember that. She was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, your pre-thoughts going into this, Mom?
The other 2 were really, really good. I'm excited about the 3 women because we never had 3 women in there. I'm very excited about this one. The other 2 scared the crap out of me. So this one's going to scare me, and I'm looking forward for this one. I'm really excited about this one. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts?
I'm really excited about this one because we never got to go through Montrose 2. We only got to see it through video. But this one I'm really looking forward to go through. Because last year's one was kind of okay, so I'm kind of glad we didn't go through this one. I mean, didn't go through number 2. It was okay. But this one I'm really excited about. So this one is definitely a must that you have to go through. And this might be the final of the Monstros trilogy because John Murray said he wanted to do it in 3, but who knows? There might be a 4th one. You never know.
He might surprise us with the 4th one.
You never know.
But I'm really excited, and this one's going to be really, really good.
All right, so now to a maze that I'm personally excited for. I've seen the first 2 movies. I personally have not seen the 3rd one. And before we go to Halloween Horror Nights, Mom, I'm gonna make you watch the first 2 movies because they're still on Peacock right now as of this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Terrifier, Art the Clown. We got more details about this maze at Midsummer Scream. I'm not going to go too much, but if you guys want to see the Halloween Horror Nights panel where not only John Murdy was there,
Michael Yeo was there.
Michael Yeo was there from Orlando. Also, the director and creator of Art the Clown was there, and the producer was there too. So if you guys want to find out more about this maze, I will put a link to Midsummer Scream Halloween Horror Nights panel so you guys can go check it out. But the facade is going to be
the fun house.
The fun house from the second movie. And Art the Clown might be scaring you even before you get into the maze. That's all I'm going to say on that. And they're going to take kills from the first movie, second movie, and the third movie, which I know one of the kills from the third movie is he kills Santa Claus. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, interesting.
And they talk more about the kills also at Midsummer Scream 2. So this is going to be the gore house of the year. And there's going to be some really bad smells that Marsha is not looking forward to. That's all I'm going to say about the Terrifier maze. If you want to find out more information, go check the link down below of the Midsummer Scream 2025 maze. Or sorry, the Midsummer Scream HHN panel from 2025. They get a lot more details of this maze that I'm not sharing about if you want to know more about this maze. Mom, but your pre-thoughts on this maze.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it, okay? I have not seen the movies.
Which I'm going to make you watch number 1 and number 2 before we go on opening night.
No.
Yes, it's going to happen. I'm spending a couple of nights at your place, and we're going to watch number 1 and number 2 together before we go to this maze so you understand it. And if I can find number 3, we're going to watch number 3 as well.
Lovely. Thank you, James. I'm looking forward to it, but the smells that's going to be in there, I'm not looking forward to it. I have to wear my mask because I don't want a repeat of what happened in Saw a couple of years ago.
From 2009.
I'm wearing my mask so I won't get sick. I'm looking forward to it. And I hope it's really, really good. James?
Honestly, I love the movies. So as I said, I have seen the first one and second one, but a long time ago. But I'm going to rewatch those movies before going to this maze because I know they're doing some kills from number 1, number 2, and some kills from number 3. Also, he did mention that there might be some kills that were not in the movies that might be in these mazes. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to have to watch the Horror Nights panel that I'm going to link down below if you want to see more details of what I'm talking about. But that's good enough of Terrifier. Let's move on to another one that we got to see the original maze that was located on the New York street or the back or the metro sets when they used to do mazes down there, but they don't do it anymore. It's a returning maze. Ladies and gentlemen, from the 1982 horror classic Poltergeist. It is returning to this year's Halloween Horror Nights. And this maze is going to be located... Oh, I forgot to mention that the Terrifier maze is located in H lot, and it's the Curious George Tent 2. So it's the one that's closest when you first enter the H lot. Poltergeist is going to be Tent 2, which is going to be the further one. So, based on the 1982 movie, directed by Tobe Hooper, and executive produced by Steven Spielberg. And if you guys are a fan of Ghost Adventures, they actually did an episode at the actual house where they filmed the movie. Is it a poltergeist hearse? Because a lot of people from the poltergeist movies, including the main actress, Heather O'Rourke, passed away. So is there a curse that they did when they were making the first movie that affected the second one and third one? Who knows? But if you guys are interested, check out Ghost Adventures. I think it's season 29, episode 1, but I could be mistaken. But I will put the link down below to that TV show if I can, or I will put what episode it is so you guys can check it out. But going back to the maze, based off the 1982 movie, John Murdy said that this is going to be the same maze that you saw when it was on the Metro set, but with some different twists, and we don't have any other information besides that. So, Mom, your thoughts on this maze?
I'm excited it's coming back. I really liked the maze when it was there. I'm glad it's coming back. But when they first announced it, James, we were trying to figure out was the anniversary of it or something. But there was no anniversary of it. I guess people liked it like when it was there, and maybe they wanted it back. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm really excited about this maze. I'm looking forward for the twist, what he's going to do in that maze. Mm-hmm. And I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is the maze I'm looking forward to going through too. I never filmed the original one, but definitely I'm going to film in this maze. The times that we go there, which we're going to talk about at the very end of this video, so don't worry, we're going to get to that. But I'm really looking forward to it. I love this movie. I never heard of Poltergeist until they did it, and then you told me about it. I watched the original one, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I never saw Poltergeist 2 or 3. To this day, I still have not seen the second or third one. I've only seen the original one.
I think I watched the first and the second. I don't think I watched the third one, but I don't remember.
Okay. All right, so moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Terror Tram. Now, as you guys know, last year for 2024, opening night was the hottest day ever. And Marsha and I only did 3 of the mazes and the Chucky show from last year. We said we were going to go back and do the other ones. We never went back, so we never did the Terror Tram, Enter the Blumhouse, but we did watch it on YouTube, and it was very excited. We said to ourselves, after we watched the Terror Tram, we're doing the Terror Tram this year. We don't care what the theme is. We actually are finally going to be able to see the Terror Tram again, but it's not going to be the same Terror Tram as last year. It is going to be Blumhouse theme again, but I think we're going to have some new characters. Maybe some returning. I'm going to guess maybe Megan's going to return. Maybe the Black Phone's going to return. Maybe the Purge is going to return, but we might see some new characters. And they said that it's going to be a different layout this year to the Terror Tram. It's still going to be in the same location where you get off. That was formerly used to be known as the Whoville set, but now it's known as the Picture Car
parking lot.
And then you're going to go for the Bates Motel, up the hill, past the Cycle House, and you're going to end at War of the Worlds. And they're not doing anything with what Jupiter claimed this year. From what I saw, it's only going to be the original Terror Tram location. they did do the Terror Tram with the Gibberish Claim, like I want to say a couple years ago, but they never did it. And I think last year Jupiter's Claim was something that was only on the VIP experience. I think that was a VIP experience only. So it might be a VIP experience again, but I haven't seen them do any construction or anything over there, so I'm not sure on that. But yes, I'm looking forward to the Terror Tram this year. So those are just a couple of details that we could share. But now your pre-thought on this.
I'm very excited because I heard the Terror Tram last year was very, very good. I'm looking forward to the Terror Tram. We are definitely going to see it, no matter what. And I'm just very excited to see the Terror Tram with Megan and whoever else is going to be there. I'm just excited.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts, James?
My thoughts, it's very, very good. As I said, we never got to experience the Terror Tram last year. This year, we're definitely going to do it because we're going to have more opportunities because we're going to go multiple times to Horror Nights this year, which we're going to talk about at the end of this video / podcast. But we're definitely going to be able to check it out this year. I'm really excited. So, moving on, guys. We're going to move on to the next maze. So, before I talk about this maze, we are actually returning to a location that we haven't used in so long. The last time we used this location, it wasn't known as Jurassic World. It was known as Jurassic Park. The last time we used this location was for the last Insidious maze that was there. I want to say it was 2017 or 2018. I don't remember exact year, but for many, many years, they did not use this maze location. And for the first time this year, they are actually using it as a maze location. As you guys know, they used it last year for the extended queue for the maze that was the Universal Monsters that was in Soundstage 12. That was the first time in history they used Soundstage 12. But for this year, they are actually returning it as a maze location. So, ladies and gentlemen, the maze that we are talking about is WWE Presents The Horrors of Wyatt 6. And they did talk a little bit about this maze at Midsummer Scream, not a whole lot of detail, but they said that it's going to be two different experiences. So Orlando's going to have their own version of it. Hollywood's going to have their own version.
Right.
And I wish I could go through both, but luckily they allow YouTubers to film the mazes in Orlando for one night only. So I'll be able to see the version of Orlando's one before going to the Hollywood one. So I want to see what the differences are going to be. But a little backstory. Bray Wyatt, if you guys do not know who he is, he was a professional wrestler for many, many years. He played a lot of different characters. He played The Theme. He played just himself. He played, Wyatt. He played Bray Wyatt. He also had a fun house that he did with Alexa Blitz and stuff like that. He was in talks with Micah Yellow for many, many years to do a maze there. But sadly, a couple years ago, he passed away from a heart attack. And so it wasn't a right timing. It wasn't a right timing until his brother, he's known as Boo Dallas Ryan, contacted again Micah Yellow, and it was on the ball rolling. So this maze was took years to do after the death of his brother, and it was just timing because, as you guys know, up until the end of this year, WWE had exclusive rights to programming. Or sorry, Peacock had exclusive rights to WWE program, but now WWE's moving on to ESPN. Don't ask me why. They only go where the money goes. So it was perfect timing that they were going to do a WWE maze before they lost the rights, before Peacock lost the rights.
Right.
So that's just a little history about it. Have no idea what we're going to see inside the maze. The only thing that we know is the facade of this is going to be some kind of some kind of house in the bayou or the swamp. That's all I know. So, really, this maze is a mystery, and we're not going to know any detail
until we go to Horror Nights.
Until we go for this maze at Horror Nights. So, your thoughts on this maze, Mom?
It sounds interesting. I really wasn't into wrestling. I watched some wrestling with you, James, but not a lot. If it's the Bayou, New Orleans, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good, yeah.
I'm looking forward to this maze. Like, I didn't see the other maze that was there a long time ago.
Yes, I will talk about that in just a moment after you're done.
And I'm looking forward to this maze.
Yes,
New Orleans swamp style. It's going to be really good.
Yeah. So what Marsha was referring to was back in the day before John Murdy took over Horror Nights. Horror Nights did a maze with WWF at the time that was called Undertaker No Mercy. And it's been about 25 years since they did a maze there. So a lot of people thought maybe they were going to do an Undertaker maze. But I'm glad they're doing something with Bray Wyatt to keep his legacy going.
Right.
And I can't wait to go through this maze. And this maze location, I forgot to mention, was it's now known as the Jurassic World queue. But back in the day, it used to be known as the Jurassic Park queue. So that's where this maze is going to be located, is in the Jurassic World queue. So, moving on to our next maze. And the last time that we had a full maze of this, I want to say it was 2010. It was or 2010 or 2013 maybe. I don't remember the year. But we've had this character for many years. It had its own single maze, and then he collaborated in a couple of mazes, both in Hollywood and Orlando. So this is a character that we know many, many years. What I'm talking about is we're finally having, again, he's going to be back in a solo maze. And this maze is going to be located behind the Revenge of the Mummy of the Bride. What I'm talking about is Jason Universe. John Murray didn't do too much details on this, but what we do know from this maze is Camp Crystal Lake has been abandoned for years. No one has been using this camp. And basically, we're playing the tourist that's going through this. They're starting to give tours and stuff, and they're filming a documentary about the abandoned camp, and then all hell breaks loose. And that's all the detail that we know. And it looks like the facade is going to be Jason's shack, from what people have been describing is the entrance is going to be Jason's shack.
Okay.
So that's all we really know. So your thoughts on this, Mom, having, again, Jason universe?
I'm very excited. I don't know if I saw the other maze with you a while back. I don't know when I started going to Horror Nights with you.
No, you've seen every single Jason maze.
I have. Okay. I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be scary. I have a feeling what the facade is like is going to be scary inside. I'm looking forward to this maze. I think what they're going to do if it's Jason Universe, like they did for Texas. They're going to have different Jasons in there, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that's what they're going to do, but I don't know.
He also did mention that they're going to do some of the most famous kills from certain Jason movies. So does that mean we're going to see different Jasons? I don't know. I don't know what famous kills we're going to see in this maze. But he said that we're gonna have different famous kills. So I don't know. Is this going to be basically a trend where we're going to see different Jasons, like we saw different Leatherfaces from Texas Chainsaw Massacre last year?
That's what I'm saying, James. Maybe.
Who knows at this point? But that's a very good thing. I mean, we could see that. Who knows?
But I'm really looking forward to this maze. It's going to be a really good one.
Okay.
What the facade looks like is going to be really good.
Yep. So now we're going to move on to our next maze. This is a repeat maze that it first debuted in Hollywood in 2022. But this is a maze that Orlando did for many, many years. And also, this is a maze that you can see in
Las Vegas.
But this one is different. It's not called Scarecrow the Reaping. That was the original maze. This maze is called Scarecrow
Music by Slash.
And I'm going to pull up the photo for you. So Slash is, again, collaborating with Horror Nights. If you guys don't know who Slash is, he's a famous guitarist. And for many years, he collaborated doing music for some of the best mazes. He did the music for Clowns 3D. That was in 2014. And for many years, he did the music for the famous Universal Monster movie. Famous
Universal Monsters mazes.
That's what I was trying to say. Not the movies, mazes. And so he's now back collaborating again with Mr. John Murdy and Halloween Horror Nights and doing the music for Scarecrow, which is very interesting to me. They're calling it Scarecrow, they're not calling it Scarecrow the Reaping. Is it going to be different than what we saw a couple years ago with Scarecrow the Reaping? I'm not sure. People are saying that this is going to be the exact same maze, but they're just calling it a different title, and it's going to have music from Slash. I don't know. I mean, I can see a little different of the facade from a photo I saw recently, but you can't really tell until we go through it. And they're not giving any details of it. So, that is surprising to me. Also mentioned, they did confirm that there is going to be a Slash bar that's going to be on the top of the restaurant, which is Jurassic Park Cafe. So the Slash bar is going to be in the same location where we had the Weekend bar and a couple of other bars in previous past.
Mm-hmm.
They're also releasing the Music of Slash Volume 2. That's going to be in vinyl. That's going to be on vinyl only. That's what I was trying to say. And then they're also going to have some food and beverages themed to Scarecrow this year and Slash. So that's all the details that we know right now. But your thoughts on that, Mom?
I'm excited Scarecrow's coming back. I think it's going to be different from the year it was there.
In 2022?
Yeah. I'm excited about this maze. But what I'm thinking, since the Universal thing opened in Vegas, it's a promotion for that and vice versa. I just have a feeling for that.
Well, we don't know what signage we're going to have, but when we first heard about this and we knew that Scarecrow the Reaping was going to be made in Vegas, Marsha and I were saying, and other YouTubers were saying, this might be a promotion to go check out Scarecrow the Reaping in Vegas, and for people in Vegas, it's going to be a promotion to go check out Halloween Hornets in Hollywood. I think it's just going to be a promotional thing. But no one has really confirmed that by Universal. This is just our guess.
But I'm excited about this maze, James, and I'm glad it's coming back. I liked it the year it was there.
And this maze location, I forgot to mention it again, this is located behind Transformers, the ride that I used to work at Universal. And many people know I used to work at Universal for about 3 years. I was a ride operator and I worked at Transformers. So this is behind Transformers, where they had the Ted Stanley Massacre maze last year, and a couple years ago where they had Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Right.
And then 1 year where they had the repeat maze of Holidays in Hell.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it's going to be located behind the Transformers the ride, or better known as the T-Pad. Moving on to our final maze, which this is the one that I'm most excited for. For many, many years, fans have been asking for this maze. And it's finally coming true. And it's not going to be based off the video game. It's going to be based off the movie. And you and I watched this movie a ton. We saw it in theaters. We watched it when it was on Peacock.
Right.
So we know this movie inside and out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. And this maze is going to be located in Soundstage 15, where they had the Weekend Maze last year. And the year before that, it was a couple of years, it was The Exorcist. So that same soundstage. So we talked a little bit about this maze when we did our final speculation map video. Or we did a video talking about this maze announcement video. But some of the details, the facade is gonna be the pizza place. It's gonna take throughout the pizza place, and at some point you're gonna go also into the security room. There's gonna be lots of Easter eggs from both the movie and the video game in this maze. So fans of both the video game and the movie will enjoy this. The costumes and the animatronics are going to be from Jim Henson's Creature Shop. And some of these animatronics are going to be big. They're going to be life size, and they're going to be the exact same ones that you saw in the movies.
Are they going to be tall?
They're going to be about 8 feet tall.
Yikes! I'm in trouble.
Yes. And there's also going to be live actors that might be playing these characters. We don't know too much detail. John Murray has been keeping this a secret. But a couple months, I want to say 2 months ago during an IGN interview, he did announce that this is going to be a maze. People thought maybe there was going to be more Five Nights at Freddy things that were going to be happening in the park, but no, it's just a maze. That's it. This is the official lineup, and there's nothing else with Five Nights at Freddy's except a maze in Soundstage 15. Your thoughts on this, Mom?
I'm very excited. I saw the movie. It scared the bejeebers out of me, but I'm excited about this maze, and I'm excited it's going to be there. And I know they're going to scare me inside that maze also, like the movie did. But I'm very excited. I'm happy it's coming. And a lot of people were asking for this, and it finally came. And I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, James?
I'm very happy. This is the maze that I'm looking forward to. We are going to try to hit this maze on opening night, but I know between Terrifier and this one, those are the two most popular mazes, so we'll see what happens. But as I said, if we don't get through this maze on opening night, we're going back multiple times to Horror Nights, which we will talk about at the end of this video. I know a lot of people want to know when we're going. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video. So now we're going to move on to scare zones. We know officially scare zones are going to be there this year, and we know the locations of it. And there's going to be 4 scare zones, like we said, and 1 scare. So I don't think we're going to have a scare zone on the lower lot this year. From what my understanding is for the official lineup. But let's start with the first scare zone. Ladies and gentlemen, the first scare zone is Chainsaw Clowns. Yes, chainsaws are back this year. Sorry about that little burp. Chainsaw Clowns are going to be there this year. That's going to be the chainsaw guys and girls at the beginning of the park all the way up to New York Street. I love Chainsaw Guys every year. It's been a staple ever since I started going to Horror Nights. There's always been Chainsaw Guys and Girls at the beginning of the park. You can't go wrong with chainsaws, and the reason why they're called Chainsaw Clowns is because that's going to theme to our next scare zone, which we're going to talk about in just a few moments. But your thoughts on this, Mom?
I always like the chainsaw guys. They always chase me. And it's themed to clowns because the next scare zone, you will find out. But I'm really happy they're back and they're clowns. And they always scare me. Mm-hmm. What about you, James?
Yeah, I don't like clowns. But we're going to have to get through them. So, the next scare zone that's going to be on New York Street is called Carnival of Carnage. And I'm going to give you the description that we have for this maze. The carnival is in town. Step right up and enter a sleazy slideshow where murderous clowns make their horrifying scream a part of the show. That's why we have Chainsaw Clowns, and then we have the Carnival Carnage. I don't know what characters we're going to see in there, but I do know, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed. I've seen it in update videos. The Flaming Tower, or the Fire Tower, is back, but it's not the one that we're used to. There's a new design on it this year.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say, Mom.
That's interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what character we're going to see in the Carnival of Carnage.
Don't know.
But the funny thing, that's a reference to something with Jack the Clown. Because his first show that they did in Orlando was called the Carnival of Carnage. And for 25, they brought that show back. And there's a Jack the Clown show in Vegas. So, do you think maybe there's a possibility we might see Jack the Clown this year.
I really hope so.
As I said,
I really hope so.
As I said, there's nothing been confirmed, but I would love to see Jack the Clown this year.
Me too,
at
James.
Horror Nights.
Because you saw him in Orlando, I didn't. So if Jack the Clown comes this year to Horror Nights, I'll be very happy.
So let me know, guys, what you think. Do you think Jack the Clown's going to be making an appearance? I mean, they haven't confirmed it, but they still have time. They still have time. All right, so the next scare zone we're going to talk about is going to be on French Street. And I do not know how to say this, so I'm going to try my best. Nurin de Brujas. Basically, it's going to be an all-female cast of different witches. Because if you guys know, when you went through any maze that you go through in the Persian courtyard will always lead you to a scare zone. So this is the scare zone after you leave Monstros 3. So let me read the detail for this scare zone. Oh, they have no detail, but I forgot. Sorry, they have a detail, but I forgot to write it down. It's basically these witches and other female characters. And supposedly vampires too. So I don't really know too much. So, Mom, your thoughts on that?
I like it when the scare zone like this is tied in with the maze. That's what I like. So once we get out of Montrose 3, we'll hit the scare zone, and that's what I like. It ties in with everything.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, James?
I do like that too. Yes.
Okay.
So the final scare zone, and we didn't know if this was going to make a return this year, but it's been confirmed, and it's going to be located where it was last year, from what people have said. So I'm just going to say this. I've heard that this scare zone is going to be on the lower lot, but I also heard that it's going to be in the same location. So I'm just going to say, for a preference for this, it is confirmed as a scare zone, but I don't know where the scare zone is going to be located. So I'm going to talk about the two possible locations, and I will confirm where the scare zone is when we go on opening night. So I want you guys to take this with a grain of salt. That's all I'm going to say for this particular scare zone. The return of Murder of Crows. Now, if you guys know, Murder of Crows was located at the entrance of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter last year. People have told me that that scare zone is going to be in that same location this year. But I've also heard people say that this scare zone is going to be on the lower lot because of Scarecrow being downstairs, and that would be a perfect fit on the lower lot. So I'm hearing two different sides. It's going to be where it was last year, right in front of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but I have also heard that it's going to be downstairs on the lower lot. So if anyone can confirm this for me, I would love to know. But I'm hearing two different locations for the scare zone. We know it's going to be a scare zone this year, but I don't know the exact location. Your thoughts on this, Mom?
If it's downstairs, if it's going to be downstairs, it's going to be way too crowded for it to be downstairs. Because that walkway, like going to Transformers, there's going to be a lot of people there. And how are they going to scare the guests?
Right.
It would be better up by Harry Potter. Where it was last year, that was a perfect location.
Right.
So I hope it's upstairs in the same location because it's going to get too crowded downstairs. That's my opinion.
I totally agree with you on that. So, we'll just see what happens.
Right.
So, there you go. So, we're going to move on to the two shows. And as I said, one of these shows was a possibility it could be coming, but we know officially now it is official. Ladies and gentlemen, The Purge Deadly Waters is returning to Halloween Horror Nights this year. It's been confirmed on the website and stuff like that. It's going to be located in the Waterworld arena, and it's pretty much, from what my understanding is, the exact same show they did in 2023. Then they brought it back for 2024, and now it's returning this year for 2025. I've seen the show multiple times. I didn't see it last year. I saw it multiple times in 2023 because it was a brand new experience. And then I watched the show last year in 2024 for YouTube. It was the exact same show. So I'm just going to assume this year it's going to be the exact same show. But I don't know. Am I going to try seeing this show? Yes. But if I can't, I will definitely watch it on YouTube and definitely give my opinion that way. So we'll see what happens. But this is going to be in the Waterworld show arena. Your thoughts, Mom?
Oh, I have thoughts about this show for sure. Why in the heck would they bring it back? It's already been there 3 years or 2 years. Why can't they put a different stunt show in there? But I know why, because Waterworld's during the day. So they couldn't really change the sets. But I'm going to try to see this. But if I don't, I already seen it. Like the first year it was there with James. So my feeling is, why did they bring it back? It's ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on. We now know that they did confirm there is going to be a second show in the
Kung Fu Panda?
DreamWorks Theater.
Oh, DreamWorks, okay.
DreamWorks Theater, where Kung Fu Panda currently is.
Yeah.
As you guys know, last year they did Late Night with Chucky. Yeah. A lot of people thought maybe this show was going to come back. No, it's a brand new show this year. So I've never heard of it. Apparently it's a popular Japanese animated show that's also that they air here in the United States. It's called Chainsaw Man: The Chaos. Since this is brand new, yes, I will be checking this out. I don't know what exactly this is. Very weird to me, but who knows? But let me give you the details. You lose yourself in a wild original storyline as anime characters. I'm not even going to attempt to say their names. Denji, then AKI, and others battle a horror knight's demon. I am so lost. I'm sorry, that was my phone going off. I forgot to put it on silent mode, but it's not going to ring anymore. It was just an email that I'll check later. So, Mom, your thoughts on this?
Don't know what the show's about. Why would they bring another show for Chainsaw when we have the Chainsaw guys at the beginning of the park? I wanted late night with Chucky back because I loved that show last year. I'll check out the show, but if I don't like it, I won't go to it again during Horror Nights when we go a couple of times.
Yes.
I'll check it out, see what it's all about. It might be good, it might be bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah.
You thoughts, James?
My thoughts exactly.
Like I said.
Like you said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what this show is. Basically, it's going to be an original story just for Horror Nights. So, I have no freaking idea.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, you think that was going to be the end of this video, but no. There are some things that are going to be bonus stuff that one of them they announced at Midsummer Scream, and then other ones that were just slowly put out there. So, we're going to go back to Terrifier for a moment, because this is something they announced at Midsummer Scream. That he's going to be doing this both in Hollywood and Orlando. Art the Clown is going to be walking around at Halloween Horror Nights.
What?
You are going to have a Art the Clown encounters. He might be on the lower lot, he might be on the upper lot, he might be on the Terror Jam, he might be, you never know where he's going to be. But he's going to be walking around all of Horror Nights. And they did confirm this at Midsummer Scream, so if you want to hear more details about this, watch the Midsummer Scream.
That's what I thought I heard, but I said, no, he's not going to be walking around because he has a house. But
it's I literally had to rewatch the panel just to make sure that I understood. Yes, Art the Clown is going to be walking around Horror Nights, and there's going to be Art the Clown encounters.
So I might run into him with you. Okay. Well, a character walking around. We haven't had that for a while, James, there. So,
now,
I'm glad.
We're going to move on to the next thing, which I don't have a photo of. But apparently there's going to be another Japanese character, which I'm not even going to attempt to say. But it's HAMI/KUMA. He's going to have a meet and greet. This is a character that was created at our sister park, not Orlando, but in Japan.
Oh.
This is a character they created in Japan.
Okay.
And he's going to have a meet and greet here in Hollywood.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know where. There's no detail. But this is something that was announced. So, there you go.
That's going to be interesting.
And then, this is something that I did notice. Did you notice, Mom, that at the entrance of the Terror Tram, there was these, figures of, these big, tall, hillbilly statues?
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah.
People are guessing, is this going to be a small bonus scare zone?
at the beginning of the Terror Tram, right?
You know, like before they had characters roaming around and stuff, is this going to be like a roaming scare zone with hillbillies?
On the Terror Tram.
Not on the Terror Tram, but like at the load station.
Oh.
Like, you know, the escalators and as you're entering the Terror Tram.
That would be great. I don't know, James. I don't have a clue.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I wish I had a photo or a video to show you, but at the entrance of the Terror Tram, there are these two giant, like, statues of hillbillies, and people are saying that this is going to be like an interaction, like Art the Clown, or it
Right.
could be a small scare zone at the entrance of the Terror Tram.
Right.
I'm definitely going to check that out, but I have no
Me
idea.
too.
I have no idea what this is going to be.
Either do I, James.
Mm-hmm.
Either do I. Nope.
Mm-hmm. So the last thing that we're going to talk about, we're getting close to the end of this video, but I know you guys like this. So, let me get back to my notes. The rides that are going to be open this year. Jurassic World, the ride's going to be open. I don't know how they're going to do it with the Lion Q. They're going to probably make it work. Revenge of the Mummy is going to be open. Transformers the Ride 3D is going to be open. Wizarding World, the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is going to be open. Flight of the Hippogriff is going to be open. And of course, The Simpsons are going to be open. Definitely the restaurants and Simpsons Lounge are going to be open. But some of the highlights that they did do on here, they didn't mention the Simpsons area, but that's going to be open definitely. Like Krusty Burger, the Louisa Pizza, and stuff like that.
Got it.
But there's the bar, the slash bar I talked about. This year, they're going to have a small theme, Jason Universe Barbecue, which is going to be a tent next to Panda.
Okay.
Like last year, they had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre theme barbecue thing. They're going to have a Fallout theme menu at Hollywood and Dine. They're going to have a themed Terrifier food, and then the Studio Cafe is going to be themed to Five Nights at Freddy's.
What cafe?
The little cafe that's next to Transformers, the Studio Cafe.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be themed to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nice.
Okay? So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the days that we will be going to Halloween Horror Nights. We will be there on opening night, September 4th, which is a Thursday. We will be there for opening night. We are definitely buying the general admission ticket. We're not doing front of the line that night. But depending if they sell out or not, we might also do the early entry. We are buying our tickets on Friday, August 29th. So on my social media accounts, I will let you know if we're just doing general, where we're going to be there right at 7, or if we're going to do the early entry, where we're going to hit the Terrifier and the Poltergeist house first, and then work our way from there. Depending if the tickets sell out. Like, general admission tickets don't usually sell out. But sometimes those early admission tickets will sell out. So we'll see what happens this year. But definitely on my social media sites on Friday after we buy the tickets, I will let you know. So we're also planning to maybe go in the middle of October. That's a maybe. I'll definitely let you know on our social media sites on that one. But we will definitely be going on closing night. Our game plan is to get front of the line for closing night. But if we can't do front of the line, we're definitely going to do general admission and definitely buy the early admission early. So we're either going to do front of the line on closing night or the general admission with early admission for closing night. And then that going in the middle of October is a maybe. So
Right.
that is what our plans are. So definitely we will be there on opening night. We're definitely going to be there on closing night. And then maybe sometime in the middle of October. We'll see what happens.
Right.
And then there's some other events that we're planning to go to, which we'll talk about in future videos. But this is going to wrap up this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank my co-host, Marsha, for joining me for this video.
You are very welcome.
If you want to follow her on her social media sites, she has X, that used to be known as Twitter.
And Instagram.
You can find her links down below in the description box below. And if you want to follow me, your host, Mr. James, a.k.a. Jimmy Pancakes, you can follow me on Facebook, X, that used to be known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for now. I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. And I also post on the YouTube page on the post tab. That's in case people only follow me on YouTube. That's how you get information. So that is pretty much everything for information. So now I'm going to share some stuff with you really quick. This is not the only video that's going to be coming out this week. Really quick, just so you know, to wrap up the Halloween season to wrap up these updates and review videos, I realized a long time ago that I haven't done our Not Scary Farm 2024 review video. I want to get that video out before the Halloween season for 2025 begins. So that video will be coming out on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. And again, my co-host Marsha will be joining me for that review video. And then to wrap things up before opening night of Halloween Horror Nights, on the 29th, I already did mention that's when we're going to buy our tickets. And I'm going to let you know on social media if we're doing general or we got the early admission. And then to wrap things up, we're going to do our Not Scary Farm full lineup video / podcast. We're going to talk about the full lineup for this year for Not Scary Farm and the day that we're planning to go to Not Scary Farm and what tickets we're going to be buying for that event. So that's going to be coming out on Friday the 29th. So that is the lineup for this week. And then after those 3 videos come out, then the next video after that will be our opening night vlog video of opening night of Halloween Horror Nights. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for listening. Again, thank you for my co-host Marsha for joining me for this long video / podcast.
You're welcome.
But these videos are sometimes long. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, whenever you are watching this video on YouTube or listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, or podbean.com or their official app. We see you guys for the next video coming out on Wednesday, which is the Not Scary Farm 2024 review video of last year's events. And then on Friday is when we're buying the tickets for opening night of Halloween Horror Nights and releasing the Not Scary Farm 2025 full lineup video
announcement
on Friday, August 29th, 2025. So I will see you guys on Wednesday for the Not Scary Farm 2024 review video and catch you guys later. Bye-bye.